Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to solo the new Mihawk boss event. But since I'm a little late to this, and there's already a bunch of videos on how to solo it, I'm going to show you guys how to solo it with 150% currency boost. Also, I just want to thank everyone who supported my last video. That video has almost 20k views at the time of recording this. And I just want you guys to know how much that means to me, especially because that is only my second video on this channel. Now that I got that out of the way, we can get into the strat now. Quick warning, I'm going to yap about the units and why I'm using them. So if you do not care, I will put a timestamp to when we get to the actual run. Because I know a lot of people just don't care. But for the people who do care, you can watch it through and understand why I'm doing this strat the way I'm doing it. So yeah. Okay, so the first unit that we're going to be using is going to be our godly lead, which is going to be Luffy. So we're going to be using him because he gives a 25% boost in currency. He has a solid godly lead buff, 15% slow, and 5% damage permanently. Very underrated in my opinion. Extremely good for Infinity Castle as well. Just a quick tip right there. So right now we have Glitched and Glorious. And we have the Soul of Precision. So with this strat, if you're going to use my exact units, you're probably going to need the exact traits. Besides one unit, which I'll let you know when we get there. You're gonna need the exact traits. Like obviously, if it's a unit that has Avatar, if you have Glitch, like you're gonna be fine. But yeah, so we're basically just gonna be using Luffy, and his main use is gonna be the nuke and his godly lead. Second unit we're gonna be using is gonna be the new Shanks evolution. So I have Glitch Glorious on him. And then we have the Soul of Brute Force. He is the main DPS for this. Luffy's going to be helping with that, but he is going to be the main DPS. So he has his two abilities here. And what makes him really good for the damage anyway, for mobbing, is going to be this Confusion, which lets him rewind enemies for 5 seconds at a 10% chance. That is really good. This aura is kind of meh in this strat anyway. It doesn't really matter because they don't really get in that range. And we're going to make sure when we do the strat, we're going to make sure that we use Conquering Aura 5 times. Or, yeah, 5 times. So that we get access to the Conquer of All ability. Next unit is going to be Law. I have Avatar and Defense on him. I also have the skin. So this is also what makes this possible, is with the skin, it adds an extra 25% boost on top of his normal 25% boost that he gives for currency. So he gets 50%. And obviously for Law, the only really thing that we need from him is his ability. His ability at upgrade 9, which is the HP drain. And then we need Surgical Domain. That's what we need. The rest aren't really that great. But yeah, these are the main two that we're going to need him for. And I have the Soul of Inner Potential just for SPA. Next unit is Nami, which is also another reason why this strat works, or why we can get such a high currency multiplier. Sorry, brain fart. High currency multiplier, because she also has the skin, which puts her buff up to 50%. I have Vulture and Mystical. I didn't want Mystical. This literally happened for no reason. I did one spin to just try and get defense, and I got Mystical, and That's it. I was upset, but I've been trying to get like all day. I've been trying to get like Avatar at least on her to make her actually like do some damage, but I just can't get anything on her. So yeah. I also have the Winter Soul for range, and because she doesn't have mine doesn't have a trait. The only thing I can really use her for is this living weather thing. If more than 10 enemies in range, apply blizzard and plasma in range. That's literally all I can use her for. It's decent, honestly. Like, it's actually pretty good. So I just place her around just to get that extra stun in there. But yeah, if you get a good trade on her, you can actually probably do some good stuff with her, or do more damage with, or do good amount of damage with her. All right, lastly, we just have our 2 farms, Balma and Idle. There's nothing really to say here. I've glitched on both of them. You could probably get away with Entrepreneur. Yeah, you could definitely get away with Entrepreneur. You don't need glitched on them at all. Efficiency, you probably need efficiency though. Idle, Soul of Prosperous Wishes, and then Balma is the Yojin Soul. Okay, so last but not least, I just want to show you guys the 150% event currency buff, just to show it to you guys. So you can see all the units with the skins. You get that nice total of 150%. I've also heard people say that Mihawk isn't really worth it. I haven't gotten him yet. I haven't really been playing too much of Enemy Last Stand, if I'll be completely honest. But I have seen his stats. He's okay. His gimmick is kind of cool, but I think for a limited event unit, I think he should be a little better. But that's just a personal opinion. Yeah. But that's it. We can get into the run now. Oh, also one last thing. I might speed up this video or the run itself, because this run is actually like twice the length, I think, than the last one I did. And I don't want this video to be too long, but I will also put text on the screen when I'm doing certain things, just to clear things up for people who actually want to watch the entire run. All right, enough yapping. Let's go.